Hey, beautiful people. Welcome back to an all-new episode of Point of View. Before we get started, let's welcome the beautiful Crystal Williams to the table. Hey, girl. We are so happy to have you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Coming up on today's show, we're talking about the heartbreaking story that's been trending all over social media for about the last 24 hours. A 20-year-old Southern University student tragically lost their life after reportedly taking part in an off-campus pledging ritual. Tough conversation, but we have all the details that are out so far. And later in Girlfriend's Guide, let's be real. Does your partner's style really matter? Have you ever had to step in and give them a little fashion upgrade? We're getting into it. Grab a seat, join the discussion. You're watching POV. Now, this is a very devastating story coming out of Southern Louisiana University. It's Southern University, but it's in Louisiana. A 20-year-old student by the name of Caleb Wilson collapsed during an off-campus fraternity event with Omega Psi Phi and was later pronounced dead at the hospital. The university has since suspended all fraternity activities as investigations continue. This story is so sad and disheartening, you guys.
Yeah,
I know we've kind of all been following it for the last, day or so.
Yeah.
Oh, what do you guys think about it? What do you think about, the whole
it's so
off
much we
campus?
could say. Yeah, it's so much
that's
we could say.
convenient.
Like, what's crazy about this story, like when I hear things like this, like it just makes me think of when I was in college. I wanted to pledge something. I don't know what, but I wanted to pledge something just to be a part of something. So I understand that feeling of, like wanting to like have that like family that's not really your like your chosen family, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like when people go into those organizations, like that's kind of something of what they're looking for. So it's just sad that, like this isn't the first time that this has happened, like this, story blew up, but it's not the first time that somebody has died from like a hazing incident, even though they love to say that they don't be hazing people. They be hazing people,
dying.
and it's very dangerous to be a part of these organizations. Sometimes you have to go through extreme measures, but sometimes it's that chapter. Like it's not, not all of the chapters, act like that because everybody is different. But I guess the leaders of that specific chapter, just have like certain requirements to.
So let's talk about like what are some of the typical expectations that are required, to join a Greek fraternity sorority. I mean, but we know. I'm
talking about the things that we heard because we don't know.
For 1 year, and we know what's tea. We don't watch Stomp the Yard and all these other movies. We see
I'm
how
not
they
playing with
got
you.
these people drinking out the toilet.
I'm not playing with
bootlicking.
you.
Brandon,
I'm
trying to
tell
you it's a real thing.
I'm telling
it's
you.
a real thing. But I've always
heard
been
the
one that you're
extremes.
not going to play with me, and I'm not going to be told what to do. Probably why I work for myself.
Yeah.
I'm just ignorant. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Like all this stuff that goes on at these different universities, and while at the same time, as tragic as it is, a lot of the universities know that these things.
They
go.
have to.
It's not a secret, but to protect their name,
Yeah.
it's not going to be publicized. So
They have to ignore certain things.
Right, right.
Exactly.
You want to keep your endowments, you want to keep your money, but
Right.
you also want to keep your name, and that's important to them.
Exactly.
So, I'm glad this came out because it's something that needs to be highlighted again.
I'm tired of hearing about it. Like, I'm tired that this continues to happen. It happens year after year after year. Kids die during these hazings and things, and still it continues. Why is it necessary to haze people? What is this about? What do you have to do this for, and what are you getting out of it? That's so much. You got to do this.
Like sometimes I think it comes from like because it is different chapters. I feel like sometimes it comes from people who like were maybe bullied. Like, and now they're in a position of authority
so
in
now
these,
they're gonna
like,
bully.
organizations.
These bad police. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
They were like
Now they're
lame
given
growing up in
this
school.
role of authority,
Exactly.
so now they feel like they're gonna treat you however they were treated
and-
when they were in whatever position.
And I don't understand that. If you don't like the way you were treated, why would you go and treat someone the same way you
Most
didn't
people
like?
don't have
That's
that
ridiculous.
kind of moral compass to say,
ridiculous.
because it was done to me, I don't want to do it. They feel like because it was done to me, this is more reason for me to want to do it.
Right.
We know that some
Ridiculous.
practices that are common are forced alcohol consumption,
Yeah.
physical endurance, endurance tests, public humiliation, sleep deprivation, branding. That was one that,
Yes.
oh my
Can
God.
you imagine?
Seriously,
And can
come
you
on.
imagine, especially in
on.
Greek fraternities and things like that are supposed to promote brotherhood, especially in the Black community, even to be branding with something
That's
that
their
come back
unity.
from slavery?
That's
Like,
their
why would you know what I'm
unity,
saying?
though.
That's crazy.
And that's
what
where I
they
see it
think
the
is
most.
their unity.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Brandon?
They
I
brand each
honestly
other.
think it's a level of really just unintelligence. You're not intelligent enough, mature enough to know that when you become a full-fledged adult, now that you have left college, you've moved on, you are walking around like a literal cow from from cattle. Some of them even do tattoos as branding, what's more modern day branding. You know what I mean? And some people literally come back to their senses, and while it works for some, for others, they really feel like they shouldn't have done it the whole 4 years of their life. What did you get from it?
Would y'all have ever
Listen.
joined a
No,
sorority?
I'm not gonna lie. My one
ma'am.
year in college that I did do. I intended to stay longer, but life happened. But at the end of the day, originally I did always like or have a little admiration for AKAs. I love the pink and green, and I just thought I
I
love
could
the.
so see that for you.
I thought
can.
about it.
Look at the
but
right. Exactly.
But
It gives,
I
girl, it
thank
gives.
God that on the flip side, I found my identity in Christ.
Yeah.
And so, not to say that anyone else hasn't, but I just didn't have that need to belong anywhere else outside of that. You know what I'm saying? And I do see how it is beneficial, in some ways where, you have a sisterhood, a brotherhood, and, when they come across hard times in life or need a job, 9 times out of 10, there's
them.
someone in the company that can, pull you up, things like that. But, honey, if
That's a
you make
good
it out
thing.
alive,
Right.
Yeah.
apparently. So now we're going to move on to our next topic, though. We love to shed light on those who go above and beyond. Yvette Dunn, a cafeteria worker at Shelby Elementary in Alabama, was one of them until she was fired for making sure that no child went hungry. Her story has been trending all over social media after she lost her job for accepting donations to help cover students' lunch debts. Let's be honest. Do we feel like she was in the wrong, or is the system failing these hungry
The
children?
system is failing the kids.
That's right. That's right.
It failed.
That's
Let's be
right.
honest. We are in a state where free lunch was a thing. Like, we didn't have to worry about going hungry. Really, a lot of the kids that would come to school, they made sure that they ate. And then in the summer, they would make a summer line for them to be able to pick up boxes every week to be able to
actually
take it
really
home.
nice.
You get what I mean? So to hear that this is going on and you are really being shunned for it. You've lost your livelihood for trying to provide for someone else who has no livelihood.
Yeah.
That is just unfair.
That's
It's
not
really,
right.
it makes no sense. It's just,
hope
it
she
really
get a
just
better job
needs,
somewhere
I hope
else.
someone really
And where's this
Hires
at?
the
hires her
good
and
in
fires
her.
whoever fired her.
This was in Alabama?
Alabama.
A Bible Belt. Where doesn't the word say that we're supposed to take care of the less fortunate? Am I right?
Help your neighbor.
Children. Is that right?
yeah.
And widows. And how come that's not happening? And why would you get upset with a woman with all the school cuts, all this cutting for the kids, all this cutting for education, right? Because that's going, right? So why would you have a problem with someone trying to provide for children so they can eat? You want to starve the kids too? I don't understand it.
I'm telling you.
Good
this
Lord.
is out of control. And, some of the school officials were coming out and they were saying that, I guess, the cafeteria worker, her premise was that the lunch fund was getting low. And so, she felt like a lot of the needy kids weren't going to be able to, afford the school lunches. I mean, and a lot of times you can tell. I have a sister that actually works at an elementary school, and, she's just in the front office. But lately, she's starting to do, like, the kids' hair at the school for free because so many of the children at the school that she works at are homeless. They have no money. They're coming to school.
In elementary?
Elementary,
Elementary school.
Coming to school
Completely
dirty,
unkept.
no
Childhood
clothes.
homeless.
It's a
So
lot.
now she's staying after school at the after school program and doing some of the kids' hair. Some of the parents that can afford it, she's charging them pennies, but, for most of the kids, it's free. And it's so sad that, in this system, something like that wouldn't be honored and respected, and that you could possibly lose their jobs. But
That's
I am
crazy.
grateful that my sister works at a school, that the principal also, her heart goes out to these children. And so clearly this also shows to the insensitivity of the principal, even for
Right.
not
Absolutely.
advocating for the lunch lady. Like,
Right.
yes,
Right.
we understand that.
You should be
know,
awarding her.
Exactly.
If anything. You should
Exactly.
be literally
promotion.
highlighting
Yeah.
the fact that she took the initiative to help the less
Bible
fortunate,
Belt
your
and all.
students, that you want to actually come to school every day.
Yeah.
What is the Bible Belt? I keep missing that. What's the Bible Belt?
Well, it's supposed to be those kind of values, the Christian values
Okay.
that we want to take care of children. We want to like do the things that the Lord says to do. And this is where all the worst things happen, but yet it's the Bible Belt. I don't know.
Yeah, and the sad part was that after this investigation, they found out that all of the funds actually went towards the school and the children that were hungry. Every
She wasn't
dollar.
doing nothing wrong.
Every dollar. This lady didn't buy a
Wow.
piece of bubble gum for herself out of
Oh
that
my
money, and she
goodness.
still lost her job. And you would think that after the investigation that they're just kind of like, okay, we seen that the money went where it's supposed to
Right.
go. Don't do it
She's
again.
fine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
So let me ask you, if you were a teacher, you had 5 students who would come in every day, you notice they're getting smaller and smaller, they're starving, they're not focused, what would you do?
They got to eat.
my God, I would give them my lunch.
gotta
I
eat.
would really look into it.
Okay.
I mean, this is sad.
Yeah.
I would have taken my own money if I had it. Teachers,
A lot of
of course,
teachers
they
do
get
that.
paid so little,
Exactly.
and they're buying pencils, they're buying papers, they're
Yes.
buying everything. Why is this happening in America? Oh, but it's been happening a while anyway. So
Yeah,
That part.
Yeah, and then, they want these teachers to, 9 times out of 10 refer the situation to the state, so then the child can maybe 9 times out of 10 end up in a foster home being
Right.
starved in someone's basement or dungeon, like we've been
Right.
seeing in these recent
Yeah.
stories.
Right.
But y'all, we got to take a short commercial break. After this, we're coming back with Girlfriend's Guide and Mind, Body, and Soul. Stay tuned. You're watching POV.
What's up, family? Thank you so much for tuning in on social media. It is Friday, the last day of the week, and I am here with an update instead of a question. So I know y'all remember we talked about Dank DeMoss, the rapper who was suing Lyft. Well, in current events, Miss DeMoss lost the lawsuit.
I'm
Yes.
done. This is how you put it, Miss DeMoss.
Yes.
you
She
just want to
lost-
let us know.
She lost the lawsuit, which we all knew that she was going to lose the lawsuit because
I've
it
never
was,
they
seen
say
any
why,
litigation this quick. That was quick.
it was very quick. It was like, no.
now this
Wow.
this
Yep.
is a story where a lady was quite
She was
Large.
large, and the Lyft driver
Trying
said that
to say
he
it
could
right.
not fit her into his car.
Yeah.
She felt like she was being mistreated and disrespected, and she decided to go on and sue Lyft and go on to the Breakfast Club, gain all of this clout. Recently, she also fell at a concert,
Oh my God, Junie.
and that's the update.
yeah,
So
I
did they
did
actually say
see-
Why she lost?
Yeah, their reasoning for denying.
I mean,
It was-
I'm
it
guessing
was-
just that they didn't feel like he was discriminating, that it was accurate.
Yeah, yeah. She couldn't fit in the car.
Yeah, which I mean, I guess technically, not being insensitive at all, but cars do have weight limits, so
Right.
And
he know his car. But you guys, I just wanted to share that update with you all. We'll have more questions for you next week, but right now we're getting back to the show.
Welcome back. It's that part of the show where we dive into all things love, life, relationships, and everything in between. Let's get into Girlfriend's Guide. All right, ladies, so let's talk fashion. Specifically when it comes to your partner's style. Does how they dress really matter, or is it all about what's inside? And be honest, Have you ever had to step in and give your partner a little style upgrade? Now, I'm going to tell y'all, my mama said you don't buy no man no shoes, baby, because he's going to walk out of your house.
Same shoes.
They say
Yes.
the same thing to men about buying us
women's shoes.
though,
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell y'all. So, okay, for me, I hate to say it sometimes. I am a very shallow person sometimes because, yes, it matters what's on the inside. Yes. It absolutely matters how you treat me and like how you respect me. All of that matters. But also, I'm a full-time model, okay? There is no way you think you're going to stand next to me looking like anything.
That part.
You just can't look at me and say, she deserves somebody like me and you don't look like nothing at all.
Well,
There's
let's be
no way
honest.
you looked at me and said, you deserve that.
When a man is courting or looking to court a woman, they still do that stuff.
Girl.
Does he look at the inside first, or is he looking at what you look like on the outside?
Okay. Let's clock it.
Like
Let's
it's your
clock it.
first impression, right? So I'm
Exactly.
so sorry. I am not your mom.
Right, first impressions.
I'm gonna need you to have a little bit of style on your own. Now we can do a little Nick Cannon, we can do a little cleanup, just a little cleanup, but you gotta have a
I
little
can
bit
add to it. I can
Right.
add to it. You gotta
Right.
give me
Give
a
me something
solid
to add to.
foundation.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
Give
You
me
can't ask
something
me to
solid
build
to
your
work
house
with.
and there's nothing there.
Okay, you asking me to start with dirt.
Thank you.
I need a foundation.
Right.
What attracts you guys to a person first? Is it personality, looks, or style? I think that we all say
There's no
y'all all
personality
say
across
looks.
the room.
Exactly.
Yeah, you don't
It's
know.
look.
You can't
It's
see.
look.
It's look.
It's
I
look.
have to be attracted to you
So
first.
do you
Thank you.
care about their, when we talk about physical appearance, is that the way that they look clothing wise? Or are we talking about teeth, nails,
Everything.
hair?
Oh yeah.
Feet, if your feet are out, oh my gosh.
Yeah. Honestly, at first glance,
Right.
it's just what I can
That's
see.
all I can see.
But if you come closer and we actually have a conversation, baby, I'm all in your mouth. I'm looking at your eyes,
Yeah.
like I'm looking at your ears. I'm looking at your hands.
Yep,
I'm
that
looking at
part.
them nails.
Yeah.
What them nails look like.
Tells how you
Yeah.
take care of yourself.
Now my eyes kind of work like an AI. And so,
You like
I
analyze it from head to toe. I know that's
not
right.
just a guy, but like just people.
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't, and it's not a judgment thing. Sometimes I think maybe it's my heart saying, "Where can I help?" You know what I'm saying?
Aw.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. Absolutely not. No.
But I'm judging.
I thank God that my man knows how to dress. Thank you, Jesus. But I am not. I've done enough fixer-upping. I'm okay.
know that's
I'm
right.
okay. No.
I'm done.
That's why you already settled.
Yeah,
You already
I'm
got
good.
your man. You
Absolutely.
are good to go. Us here struggling in the dating pool.
Because it's so
Hello.
slim.
Oh,
of
it
picking.
is slim.
Girl, the pool is pedals. It ain't even a pool no more. It's a
Tadpoles
drop of
it
rain.
is.
You know what? I
That
had this
part.
conversation the other day, and as much as I hear y'all, and as much as I want to believe that it's slim pickings,
It is.
the ratio of men to women in the United States just doesn't give that. So what I feel like.
We need to go to the UK.
No.
I'm right there
no,
with you. I'm there with you. I'm there
No,
with you.
I feel like the true issue is that people are not representing themselves as their authentic self, and
Yeah.
so in that, no one can identify who they're really looking for.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So
Because you
that's
don't
the
find out who
problem.
they
At the end of the
truly
day,
are until months later.
Yeah.
Then you really start to see, or
Months,
sometimes not
years,
even exactly.
years
Sometimes years later, you
Yes,
finally
yeah.
realize who that person is, and it's just like, dang, this is not who you introduced me to.
And
No.
you stepped out to be honest, to say this is who I am.
Right.
And they're like, oh yeah, yeah. And then they're trying to mold themselves around
I think-
how they think you perceive them to want to be until they can't keep that up anymore. And then
I think most people just like the idea of a relationship and just see a person and they like the idea of that person. Like, maybe I could see myself with that person.
really just snatching you up. Maybe I
And-
could see me snatching her up so nobody else can't get her.
Okay. And in all actuality, like they really don't fit though.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So, but since we were on the topic of fashion, what would be your way of telling your partner to step up their fashion? Are you gonna take them shopping? Is it gonna be with their money?
I might just
your
buy
money?
it. I might just buy it.
Yeah.
I might just buy it.
You gonna
and
want
just
your money
say,
back on the back
hey,
end or no?
I think you would look good in this. I would
Yeah,
start it
I
off
thought
like
of
that.
you
I think
today.
you would look great
Oh my
in
gosh.
this. And they put it on, and then it's like, okay, I do look good in this. Okay, great.
This is how I want you to look from
Keep
now on.
that. Okay. Okay. This is how I want you to dress from this very moment on.
So I get it. When I got with my fiance, he swears that he just came out with all this style and swag, baby. But when I
I'm
tell you,
done.
I used
They're
to
gonna tally about to steal the credit. Look at
I
it,
used
look
to
at it,
call
look
the
at
man Pletter P because everything
Oh
he
my
had was
gosh.
pleather. Okay,
it.
not
No.
it was pleather. And
No, not
you know,
pleather.
even
Oh my
though
gosh.
now, you know, that I think maybe our tax bracket has changed, this style comes out of him that I don't know where it was. So maybe it was there from the beginning. I don't know. But I really believe that I enhanced it. But it's time for our final segment of the day. Let's get into Mind, Body, and Soul. So when it comes to mental health, therapy and counseling are often the go-to options, but should they always be the first option? Can spirituality provide the comfort and support that people need to hear? Some Some swear by it while others think it's just a myth. Where are y'all at? Do you value spirituality over, therapy, counseling, things like that?
Well, listening to the word of God helps me a lot. I
Yeah.
mean, it helps to renew my spirit, helps to build my spirit. It helps a lot, but I do think there is a place for therapy because sometimes you have to talk it out. Now, sometimes just talking it out with the Lord, when you're in that relationship, just talking it out with Him, reading the Word, that helps a lot. But sometimes you want to hear what someone else just to let it out to someone that you can go back and forth with. That may help give you some tools to deal with things.
That's where I was going. I hear the tools in that.
So what are we saying is a myth? Spirituality?
That's what the question was. Are
Okay.
people
It's not a
saying that?
myth.
Yeah.
No.
That's why I was confused. for a
I
second.
feel that spirituality, first things, I don't put my faith in men or man first, woman, man, either way, right? So every day, my first thing is to talk to God. Let me talk to you and ask you to guide me to the right person. That might just be a therapist, that might just be a friend, but you're gonna come first. And then I'm gonna go the direction you tell me to go. And if you lead me to her, you, him, whoever, that person also has to be solid in the same foundation as me, spiritually. I can't talk to you if you believe in Lucifer. And then I'm sitting here trying to talk to you about my life.
Right.
And every time I say something about God, you're looking at me like, so how does that feel? Absolutely not. No, spirituality is first for me. Out of anything else, then I'll jump into the other stuff. But I do believe in therapy, absolutely. But my God is first. Yeah.
Okay. So spirituality, depending on how you describe it, can be lonely and worsen your symptoms. Are you running away from your own thoughts and reality by avoiding it?
I don't know. I talk to God about everything.
Me too. It works.
I get the thought, though, a little bit on how it can be lonely, because even though God is this all-encompassing spirit, or spirituality, however someone wants to put it, it still is lonely in a sense that He's not physically here. And so some people, I feel like, need that physical person that they can see and touch to give them tools, even though the Bible stands for basic instructions before leaving earth. We have a roadmap. But, we'd be struggling and, so.
Well, I think God gave us people to talk to.
He did.
You know, that's why we have people, have family, have therapists. I think that, He has that where it's open for you to talk with people to get
100%.
tools and from the professional, whatever, so you can, sometimes you just got to talk with people.
You do.
How do you
I feel
know
like
which
put a
one you
person
need?
for everything?
I think, like she said, God will lead you to which
He'll
one you
lead
need.
you.
Sometimes I want to talk to my best friend, and we talk about like almost everything together. Sometimes I talk to my mom. It just depends what it's about and where I feel.
There you go. The subject matter.
Yeah. I think that, even though we, value friendships and things like that, when it comes down to like therapy and counseling, I think that we also need to have a, line in between what we're expecting from people who may not have the tools, even though they can completely love us and want the best for us. But if they don't have the tools, and we can tell that by the fruit that they have on their life. And I think that sometimes, we value people's opinion too much. And then we're in a disaster and your life is looking just like theirs. And you're like, what happened? But you love me. I loved you, but I ain't had good information for me.
Exactly.
Right. Well, that's why you talk to people, like you say, about the fruit. So that's when it comes to like the subject matter. It depends on like what who you can talk to about certain things and who you can't.
Use your discernment.
Discernment. Thank you. That's good.
Before we do wrap today, Crystal, you know I love you. You are a boss babe CEO, but tell our viewers out there a little bit about yourself and how they can connect with you on social media.
So again, my
Quick,
name,
quick.
girl, just rush me, okay? Again, let me poise up. My name is Crystal Williams. I am the owner, CEO, and founder of Elite Hair Care USA. Call me the hair care expert. I built my brand from the ground up on YouTube. So that's exactly where you can find me. Search for me at Elite Hair Care USA. Okay? Your girl, I literally used YouTube to build myself from the ground up. So, hey, my YouTube family.
guru,
You're
y'all.
watching
Don't
me right
sleep.
now. And it's just it's a proud thing. It's Black History Month. So listen, I've overcome a lot of hurdles as a one-woman show to finally not be a one-woman show anymore.
Yes,
I
yes.
salute you.
So thank you guys. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. But
Thanks for coming
listen,
by.
this was awesome. I love you guys.
No,
And
we
y'all are
love
just
you
fly
too.
though, right? Y'all just fly though.
Listen, you're effortless with it, and we really do appreciate you joining us on tonight's show. But just like that, y'all, we've wrapped up Black History Month. All month long, we celebrated Black excellence, and today we are highlighting civil rights attorney Ben Crump, whose dedication to justice has given a voice to so many. Because of his commitment to justice, the families of Trayvon Martin, Ahmaud Arbery, Martin Lee Anderson, and Breonna Taylor turn to Mr. Crump to bring attention to their cases. And on that note, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to catch POV here weekdays only on Afro TV. See y'all next time.